The following presentation is brought to you by the Hatboro-Horsham Television Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Hatters Stadium for this final home game of the 2014 season at the Lady Hatters varsity soccer team. Tonight is their senior night, and shortly we'll be bringing you the pregame ceremonies for the Hatters seniors and the Lady Panthers of Quakertown and their seniors. Tonight, both teams are coming in struggling. Hatters 2-11-3, 0-9 in league overall. Quakertown Panthers also not doing too good either. But tonight, one team will win and the other team will lose. Either way, we're looking for a close defensive game tonight.
I'm looking for a good game tonight by Quakertown and Hatters. 7th and 8th in the conference right now. Not having the best seasons, but hopefully one of them will start to turn it around for next year tonight.
Yeah, no, thinking about it, we have six seniors on the Hatboro-Horsham roster. One of them out with an injury. Jordan Plummer, she missed almost the entire season due to a torn ACL. That's rough for any sport, but especially here. Hatters have struggled lately. As of right now, the last 5 games, they've only scored 1 goal and shut out in the last 4 consecutive, and have been shut out 8 out of 15 overall. Tonight, Hatters are looking to put up a goal for the first time in over a week. Hatters, however, do have 2 more games the rest of this week. They will finish out the season on the road. But you're looking to go out on a high note here, the last game of the home season. However, the Hatters still are looking to find a win in league play and in conference play, as Quakertown is tied for 7th. We'll take it away to Mr. Dennis Styling, the PA announcer here at Hatters Stadium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hatters Stadium for tonight's soccer match. Our Hatters host the Panthers. The Panthers from Quakertown. Special night this evening as the Hatters celebrate their senior night, recognizing the efforts of 6 seniors who will be moving on to their next level of play. Before we introduce the seniors from Hatboro-Horsham, we'd also like to recognize the seniors from Quakertown, who are also playing their last game at Hatters Stadium. Number 1, Aaron Finlayson. Number 3, Michaela Blaze. Number 9, Jamie Soriano. #24, Lindsay Wolf. #21, Emily Ann DiMatteo. Number 30, Michelle Staropoli. And number 60, Carly Schrey. Good luck from Lady Hatter Soccer. Our Hatboro-Horsham seniors this evening, escorted by her parents Karen and Mark. Please welcome number 13, Sarah Thor. Nicknamed Jude. Sarah's hoping to major in business finance and attend Muhlenberg College. Good luck, Sarah. Escorted by her parents Elena and Craig, please welcome number 39, Sarah Kemp. Nickname Kemp. Sarah hopes to attend the University of Utah to become a medical lawyer. She has some good memories too. She remembers when Gwen hit herself with a dilly bar at the plumber's pasta party and crying on the field after the Penridge fight. Good luck, Sarah. Escorted by her parents, Colleen and Brad, please welcome number 12, Jordan Plummer. Nicknamed Sheldon. Jordan tore her ACL and meniscus before the season. She was the returning lead scorer from last year, hoping to recover in time for her other favorite sport, snowboarding. And she hopes to attend University of Colorado at Boulder. Good luck, Jordan. Escorted by her parents, Bern and Con, please welcome number 4, Madison McNutt. Nickname Maddie. Her favorite saying on the field is dang. And a coded message, her favorite memory, 4812. Her favorite color is purple. Good luck, Maddie. Escorted by her parents, Janet and Sasha, please welcome number 8, Michaela Malafi. Nickname Meeks. Favorite memory, 4812. Funniest memory, having to tame Sarah Kemp and the rest of the JV team during the fight at Penridge. And her most embarrassing moment, having to be taken off the field her sophomore year because she swallowed a bug. She hopes to attend Wider University or Westchester University. Good luck, Michaela. Escorted by her parents, Marcia and Wayne, please welcome number 17, Rachel Mary Kaplan. Nickname Caps. Rachel hopes to attend Duke University to major in biological sciences. I like her favorite saying. From Maya Angelou, I've learned that you shouldn't go through life with a catcher's mitt on both hands. You need to be able to throw something back. Good luck, Rachel. Now I'd like to read a message from Coach Winterman and his staff. The coaching staff would like to thank our 6 seniors tonight for their dedication to Lady Hatter soccer. It would be impossible to collect 6 funnier, smarter, groovier, braver, and lovelier young people than our 6 seniors. and we're genuinely considering not letting them graduate. Jordan, Maddie, Sarah, Michaela, and Rachel share the spirit of soccer and have always represented our school with great sportswomanship and a desire to play. They brought pickup games back into the culture of the program, and through a year of injury and loss, they have never misplaced their class. The Lady Hatters are lucky to call these 6 players our own, and we wish them health, love, and happiness in each of their many days to come. Finally, we remind these girls, as is our tradition, that your home is always here with your family in soccer. We will miss your style and your smiles. Big round of applause for our seniors on their senior night. Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the introductions for senior night here at Hatboro-Horsham High School. Lady Hatters have 6 graduating seniors going off to college and hopefully to continue to play soccer. But the storyline tonight is this will be Coach Winderman's final home game. Mr. Winderman, we would like to wish you congratulations on a well-accomplished career here at Hatboro-Horsham High School. We wish you good luck in your retirement. Most of all, we wish you good luck and hopefully you bring a win home for your last home game. And for all the seniors participating in Suburban 1 League sports this year, we'd like to congratulate you on your accomplishments. And there's Coach Winderman, head coach, final and 22nd season here in Hatboro-Horsham. 185 wins, 75 losses, 16 ties. This season coming into it 2-11-3. Ben, as we get started here tonight, what are you looking for in both teams who are struggling this year?
Well, I look for a lot of jump here from the Hatters, especially with this being Mr. Winderman's last game and senior night. You look at the great career Mr. Winderman has had here. Over 100 more wins than losses. Anytime you can do that, you're in great shape.
You know, I was talking to the Quakertown coach earlier, Mr. Mike Koch, as we see him there.
First for the
Talking to the
Quakertown
injuries.
Panthers.
He has many injuries. He has 13 players down, as we now have the starters for the
Goalkeeper
Quakertown
senior
Panthers.
Aaron Finlayson.
Senior number 1, Erin Finlayson.
Senior number
goalkeeper.
9, Jamie Soriano.
Number 9, Jamie Soriano, another senior.
Senior number 24, Lindsay Wolf. Junior number 8, Sammy Joseph. Junior number 14, Olivia
Here's Quakertown's
Mazzaroff.
lineups. Goalkeeper number 1, Aaron Finlayson. Forward number 9, Jamie Soriano. Forward number 24,
Sophomore
senior Lindsay
number
Wolf.
12, Haley
14,
Dulles.
number 14, midfielder Olivia Masloff. Defender number 12, Haley Dulles.
Sophomore number 18,
Midfielder
Lauren
number 18,
Purcell.
Lauren Purcell. Midfielder number 8, Sammy Joseph. Midfielder number 36,
Sophomore number
Samantha
36,
Ramsden.
Samantha Ramsden.
Defensive player number 41, Alyssa Metzger. Defender number 35, Grace
Sophomore number
Cave.
41, Alyssa
And
Metzger.
finally wrapping up for the Panthers, defensive player number 10, Kayla Metzger.
Late sub to the
Freshman
lineup tonight for
35, Grace
Quakertown.
Cave.
Number 32, Cassidy Owens, out for the year. I believe she got her foot run over by a
Freshman number 10,
truck, didn't
I was
she?
talking to the coach today, and it happened to be an unfortunate accident. Her dad owns a camper, and as they were backing into the driveway, her dad did not hear her say stop, and she put her foot out to stop
Starting
the
lineup
truck.
for your
And
Hatboro-Horsham
unfortunately, the
Hatters.
back wheel ran over her foot. She
Freshman
fractured
defender
hand
number
bones,
27,
little toe
Haley
bones in her
Friedman.
foot. She damaged 16 nerve endings, so she cannot feel anything that happens to her foot.
Freshman
She's
midfielder
out for
number
the rest of the
19,
season.
Erica Paluzic.
Big
And
loss for Quakertown.
Definitely a big loss for Quakertown. She was one of their power sophomores. Had our starters tonight. Midfielder number 13, Sarah
Sophomore
Thor.
defender
Attacker
number
number
10,
17,
Lauren
Rachel
Kim.
Kaplan. Goalkeeper number 39, wearing number 1 tonight in the lime green, Sarah Kemp.
Senior
Midfielder number 4,
three,
Madison
Marissa
McNutty.
Portelli.
Defensive end, or should I say defense rather, number 8, Michaela Malfi. Attacking
Senior
number
defender
12,
number 40,
Jordan Plummer.
Maddie
She's out with an
Summer.
injury. She tore her ACL and ruptured her meniscus earlier in the season, so she's out. Defensive number 40,
Senior
Madison
defender
Slemmer.
number 8, Michaela Malafi.
Midfielder number 3, Marissa Portelli. She's a junior. She's coming back next year. Defender number 10, Lauren Kim.
Senior
Midfielder number
4,
19,
Maddie
Erica Blusick, a
McNutt.
freshman. And defender number 27, Hallie Friedman. You know, looking at all the freshmen, you know, this
Senior
is their
attack
first
number
and last year with
17,
Coach
Rachel
Winterman.
Kaplan.
What do you think the expectations are with next year's Hatters? Where do you think they need to improve upon?
Well, I think when you look at their record, you could say they need to improve in a lot of places, but right now they need to score goals. 4 games without a goal isn't going to cut it. You can't win unless you score. That's
Yeah, one of the storylines coming in
To
tonight,
announce
last
this
4
team,
games,
senior
Central
attack
Bucks
number
East
12, Jordan Plummer.
defeated Hatboro-Horsham 3-0. Hatboro-Horsham lost to CB South 1-0. Strathaven non-league matchup still counted. They lost 3-0 there. Sourton
Goalkeeper senior
beat Hatboro-Horsham
Sarah Kemp.
1-0. Hatters have been shut out in 4 consecutive games. Total this season, they have the least amount of goals in the Suburban 1 league altogether, with 14 this year.
and shut out 8 games. You can't forget about that.
Being shut out 8 of 14 so far. That's more than half of your games that you're being shut out.
Yeah, it's just not going to cut it in this league. You got to score some goals. Obviously, next year, everyone doesn't want to finish at the bottom of the league. It's looking, sadly, like they may this year. But they got to turn around, work hard, and get back at it next year.
Yeah, looking, you know, if there is a tie tonight, Hatboro-Horsham and Quakertown will be tied for 7th place. You don't want to be in the basement. But Quakertown win, they get tied for 6th place. Quakertown loss. Here are the Suburban 1 the Continental in the overall records. First base, the Penridge Rams, you know, powerhouse. Always powerhouse Penridge, 7-1-2. CB East, 6-2-2. CB West, 6-3-1. CB South, 4-3-3. Central Bucks always up there. Good athletics programs at all the Central Bucks schools. 5th place, Souderton Indians at 5-5-0. North Penn Knights, 4-4-2. Coming in this one, the Quakertown Panthers, 2-7-1. And your Hatboro-Horsham Hatters at 3-10-1. 3 numbers, win, losses, and ties. You know, ties, okay, ties you can deal with. But 11 losses. Where do you think the Hatters need to improve to not get 11 losses?
They need to score. You can't win unless you score. Odds are you're not going to tie if you don't score. You're going to lose if you don't score.
Hatters trying to get into it. PIAA girls varsity soccer is played with 2 40-minute halves. Almost kind of like Major League Soccer, or those who watch the British Premier League, 45-minute halves. We play 40-minute halves here. Panthers are starting to get into it. Another one of the injuries while we have the time. Sophomore number 5, Carly Peachers, or as her teammates call her, Peaches. She's out with a grade 2 sprain of her right ankle. She suffered that in a game against Souderton about 2 weeks ago. She is also done for the season. Tonight's game is brought to you by Horizon Services, the premier plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company, and by Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs. It's Fast Signs, with 2 locations in Montgomeryville and Doylestown. As we get underway here at Quakertown, the ceremonial first ball will be thrown out. That ball will be kept as a memento, and that ball will be given to Coach Winterman, as that will be the first ball of his last game here at Hatboro-Horsham. Ball's being played at about midfield. Hatters already playing aggressively. Looks like they're wide awake, trying to get that last win for Coach Winterman here.
They're playing good possession so far. They're taking what's given to them, and they're not pushing too much.
Definitely, you know,
entered the game for the Hatters, replacing Jordan Plummer.
One of the things, you know, when you think about it, also, Jordan Plummer, you know, she tore her ACL before the season even started. You know, she was ceremonially in for the first possession of the game, and she comes out. You know, we'd like to wish her a speedy recovery, as, you know, Mr. Steinle said. Get back to snowboarding in the winter. 38:50 left here in the first half of play. Hatters still playing about midfield, so the Hatters are trying to actually get a goal here, you know. Having scoring a goal in 4 games, you know, it brings the confidence factor down, and you want to bring it up. You know, you're playing at a level where everybody's looking down on you. But the Hatters, they really need to get to the point where, you know, a couple years ago, they were that, you know, top 2, top 5 team. But now they're not so much anymore.
Yeah, they got to work on turning it around. I hope they can do it. Every time you see a Hatters sports team succeed here, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, especially, you know, on senior night, you know, everybody only gets to experience one senior night when you're actually participating. And senior night's your biggest game of the year. Senior night's your last, you know, it's your last hurrah. You want to play your hardest, you know. You have all of next season to recover, and most of these girls, they're in multiple sports, so they don't get to experience the, you know, the goodbye Hatboro-Horsham feeling it for much longer, because, you know, it's only October and many of the girls play sports. 37-45, Hatters still dominate possession. They started at 40 minutes. They give it up, 37-40. Quakertown now clears it to about the 35-yard line, if you're talking football distances. This is a multi-purpose field, so we have 3 sets of lines. Standard football end zones, orange line for field hockey and lacrosse, and your yellow lines for soccer.
I like what I'm seeing so far from the Hatters. Like I said earlier, they're not taking too much. They're playing simple soccer, and it's working so far.
You know, the game is always about how well you can be able to play it and fundamentals. Hatters have been showing fundamentals pretty well.
Good job coming out there by the keeper, getting the ball, setting up the defense, and
Number
getting
1,
it out.
Sarah Kemp in goal. Goalies are both wearing different colors, however, they are both wearing one. On the Quakertown side, senior goalie number 1 is wearing orange and black. Senior goalie number 1, Erin Flayson, she's wearing orange. And for senior goalie for the Hatters, she's wearing, Sarah Kemp, she's wearing green and white. Ball's being defensively and aggressively played. Quakertown still has possession, as they've had it since about the 37-minute, 40 seconds. About a minute possession. Hatters again turn it over. Quakertown turns it over. They pick up.
Good ball.
Hatters trying to make a run.
Oh, just a bit too much on it. Tried to cut it back. Good play by Quakertown, not taking any of it.
Quakertown, you know, last year 10-9-1. They were one of those teams who could compete. This year, like I said, 13 injuries on the roster. They haven't been able to play expectations where they wanted to be. Hatters also have been, Hatters more so with injuries often is, you know, we have a couple players returning from injury. Last year, number 40 defender Maddie Slemmer, she's coming back from reconstructive ACL surgery. She ruptured that in the first game of the season. She was bummed she didn't get to play. As you can see, the knee brace on her now. 35-20 left here. Hatters still have possession. That ball goes out. Quakertown will get it at 35-17. Throw in for the Panthers. Ball's out midfield. Hatters trying to make a run. Hatters don't get anything. Ball is cleared back by Quakertown. So far, Hatters are playing great ball. They do have the energy, you know. It's lovely to see the energy really early here in the first half of play. But you got to think about it. If you're exerting too much energy now, the second half, you are going to have some tired legs out there. So really, you know, you want to see a mix of conservative and aggressive, more so conservative. You want to see where your opponent is, but you also want to make sure where your opponent has flaws, and you want to exploit them.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes of the game so far, it's really been more of a feeling out of what can Quakertown do well, what are they struggling at. Same with the Quakertown looking at it at the Hatters' perspective. Both of these teams, even though their records don't show it, they don't have a lot of flaws.
Now, both teams, I've seen a couple of the Hatters games. Obviously, you know, I've come here because a lot of the girls I know, they play, so I figured, hey, come on out. You know, a lot of the time, you know, it's just, you know, late in games, you know, where the girls, they just give it up. You know, looking at Quakertown's 2 games ago, they scored a goal with 13 seconds left, and that game was won 1-0.
Yeah, and you got to play the whole 40 minutes of both halves. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun, but in the end, it'll be rewarding.
Soccer is truly one of the most grueling sports. You know, you're running around for almost 2 hours. So, you know, everybody thinks, oh, I can play soccer. You know, you don't see it from these girls. You know, these girls, they've been playing for several years. They're on 3 different club teams. They play school. You know, they're in tournaments every weekend, you know, off-season workouts. These girls are incredible, as Hatters, throughout the first 7 minutes, have dominated possession. Ball is being played at about 10-yard line, about a tenth of the field from the goalie. So far, Hatters are playing pretty aggressive. Well-played defense so far, not really letting Quakertown have any goals and or runs yet, but Quakertown has gotten deep, and the Hatters have been able to shut it down. You see the pink ribbons on the field for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as it is October, and tomorrow night, the 4th annual Lisa Giordetti Classic will be played in honor of the former Keith Valley Athletic Secretary who passed away of breast cancer 4 years ago. I was privileged to be a part of the 1st annual Lisa Giordetti Classic, and it is a tradition well-loved among the Giordetti family and well-loved among all Hatters athletes everywhere. And we continue to support the breast cancer awareness here in Hatboro-Horsham through the Pink Games. Friday night's football game against Wissahickon here at home will be played as a Pink game. It's always lovely to see how many people really do care about that awful dreaded disease. 31 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half. Now, so far, Quakertown really hasn't been doing much of anything. They have gotten down a couple times. If that ball goes out, it'll be a throw-in for the Hatters. But, Will, what are you seeing right now that could be used against Quakertown later in the first half?
Well, right now, Quakertown, they tried playing a bit of possession, and the Hatters were counterattacking, which can work if you have the legs to do it. You need to have a lot of stamina to be back there on your end of the field for 25-30 minutes in each half. So I'd like to see what they're doing here, where they're pushing up, they're trying to keep the ball.
Hatters still have possession. So far, although we are only 10 minutes in, doing my math here, I can do math, but 8 minutes, 25 seconds already, Hatters have had possession. Good possession. No shots yet, but, you know, calling the boys game last week, you know, thinking about it, the boys didn't have any shots. They got shut out 3-0. They had 2 shots the entire game.
Yeah, you gotta put the shot on. You gotta put the ball towards the goal if you want it to go in. You can't play the whole game
clearing that.
Your half.
Yeah, Hatters are primarily a younger team. They do have 6 seniors. Most are out with injuries. But you look at the rest of the roster, the other 3/4 of the team, sophomores, and there's 3 freshmen who made the varsity roster.
There's as many freshmen as juniors. There's 3 freshmen and 3 juniors.
Yeah, and, you know, thinking about it, you know, the freshmen, they got more years, but, you know, it's really incredible to see, you know, how many freshmen there are. You know, Karen McBride, number 15, freshman midfielder. Eric Luzik, number 19, freshman midfielder. And Hallie Friedman, number 27. She's a defensive freshmen, it's always great to see, younger players showing the talent throughout the program, and it's always good to see them making their mark early.
And, while on the surface it looks, hey, they're losing 6 seniors, but they have a lot of freshmen. These seniors play a lot of minutes for the Hatters. They have a lot of minutes they got to replace next year.
Yeah, especially, look at all the sophomores. There's 10 sophomores. That's already more than half of your team is just sophomores.
That's a whole starting lineup, basically, except for a goalie. Lady Hatters free kick here.
Free kick. It is up. No good. That shot is blocked. Almost sounded like I was calling a football field goal there. Did look like it was going to be a field goal. However, we don't use field goals here in soccer. 28-25 left here in the first half. Hatters still have possession. As they've had possession for already out of the first 12 minutes, they've had possession for 9 minutes, 37 seconds.
Going back to that free kick there, it was a good free kick by the Hatters. They left it up just enough that you could get some heads on the ball to flick it in.
I don't play soccer, never have, but I am a huge soccer fan. Looking at that from the Hatters' perspective, if you could have gotten a little bit more curve and topspin on that and been able to curve it in just slightly enough, we could have been talking about a 1-0 lead for the Hatters. But, they still had a good shot. They just couldn't reach the head enough. Players did try to make a header, but they couldn't make it.
As nice as it is to see a free kick go right in, personally, I like to see the head get on the ball and flick it in, because that means you're putting a ball that people can get to and people can make plays out of. If you play a ball across a box like the Hatters did there, you have 3 or 4 Hatters that can get their heads on that ball and put it in, where if you try a shot, no one on your team can do anything about it.
Exactly. Now, this game all about strategic plays, strategic offenses. Really, Quakertown's making a run. Number 24 for Quakertown, Lindsay Wolf, she had a pretty good attack run. That ball will go out, however. Quakertown already 4 minutes possession. Looking already. Hatters dominated possession times already.
Just a bit too much on that ball for Quakertown trying to serve it into the box. I like what I'm seeing from the Lady Hatters so far, Bill. I don't know about you, but they're playing good. They're not playing superb soccer. They're playing good soccer, solid soccer, winning soccer.
Yeah, Hatters, they have enough team. They have enough power where they can be a 10-win team, a 12-win team. Maybe 13 if they really put it together and got their stuff together. But average 8 to 10 wins a season. But, that's a pretty good average season. You play about 15 to 20 games a season, depending on how the schedule goes. Some of those are tournaments, but what can you say? You're really looking primarily just to get, a win. Your goal is to try to win every single game. That's not always going to happen. Nobody's perfect. Look at the Hatters. Injuries have plagued them. 2-11-3 overall. That ball is high. That ball will bounce out, and the goalie, senior goalie for the Quakertown Panthers, number 1, Erin Finlayson, she will take that out of the goal. I had the opportunity to talk with the Quakertown players before the game. Looking at it, all the seniors, when I told them what we do here, and what they would like to say, one of the seniors said, all I would like to say is this: I love my school, I love my team, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do to help them win.
It starts with the process. You got to get players that want to win. You got to get a good foundation going, a winning attitude, and both of these teams are laying it down right now.
Yeah, both teams are already playing aggressive. Number 24, Lindsay Wolf, she's trying to get the Panthers up for an early lead. However, the shot was no good.
It looks so far to me like the Hatters, they're playing the 4-4-2, which I expected, but they're doing a good job of staggering the strikers. And what do I mean by that? I mean, one isn't getting too far in front of the other. They aren't flat. They can play runs. They can get through balls working that can get you breakaways or get you crosses for good shots.
Yeah, but what you said with the defense, you know, looking at it, Hatters have been playing pretty aggressive. Everybody's moving. Everybody's wide awake. It's not like one of those games where, oh, it's first half. Let's just, you know, chill, do nothing. No, but they're going out there. They're making a go of it, and they're having, I would say, pretty good time out there. You know, I see a lot of smiles from the players. I don't know if it's like, you know, nervous energy, but
Good call there by the keeper. Get the ball.
yeah, good defensive call. You can hear it. She is calling it. Ball is about the 44-yard line when it finally comes down from the air. Quakertown regains possession. So far, we're about halfway through the first half, if that makes sense.
I like what I see so far. I mean, neither team is really dominated. Neither team has really been dominated. Right now, it looks like a game where the team that cracks first is going to be the team that is going to lose.
Yeah, Hatters so far, 13 minutes possession evenly. Other 10 minutes and 20 seconds have gone to Quakertown. You have a 3-minute possession differential, you know, and the Hatters are using it. They are getting the ball. They are playing deep into Quakertown. You know, I want to see them at least get a couple more shots off. You know, maybe close shots or one that, you know, crosses up the goalie, you know.
You just got to make the goalie work. If the goalie just stays there the whole time and the goalie doesn't have to make a save, you can't score. Like right there what Quakertown did. They played a ball down. They made the Hatters goalie, Sarah Kemp, make the decision to either come out, challenge the ball, or wait back, see if her Lady Hatters defense could get on it.
Yeah, ball will go out again. Throw on by the Panthers. Throw gets to about the 35-yard line. Hatters regain possession. Hatters cleared into the 40-yard line. Ball is about midfield. Hatters still have it. Hatters trying to make a defensive adjustment. I see in the defense, they really only have 2 defenders back there now. Lauren Kim, defender, she's trying to have a go at it.
Good touch there.
Excellent ball handling already by the Hatters. Last year we lost Emily Sheehan, who was one of the great forwards for Hatboro-Horsham. So, and she was really a big impact on this team. She was the leading goal scorer for a while. So, and she's off at college. She's playing soccer at college. You know, with the seniors, you know, they had a good 4 years. I think one of those years they were good enough for second place. They did lose a couple playoff games, but not everybody can be perfect.
Corner coming up here for Quakertown. You want to see a ball that, if you're Quakertown, you want a ball that is just out of reach of the goalie, high enough that the Lady Panthers can get heads on it. A good ball like that where they missed it, but it was tricky enough that there's another corner coming up for them.
Yeah, that is already Quakertown's second corner. You know, hopefully they can, looking at it from Quakertown's perspective, you would really love to see them make an opportune play here and get that 1-0 advantage. Too far.
Just a bit long.
Just a bit. I'd probably say about 10 yards offline.
And now we got a handball and Lady Hatters free kick coming up.
You know, handball, it's just one of those things that happens. You don't mean to do it on purpose, but it's just one of those, you know, simple mistakes, one of those fundamental mistakes where, you know, you can try so hard to work on it, they're never really gonna, you know, go away. Good block by number 1, Sarah Kempen, goal. That's already her 5th block shot of the night.
You know, it's funny watching the game up here. Bill, I think you'd agree with this. This is a fast-paced game, especially when you add the turf to it. You can play a lot of through balls. You can play a lot of balls over the top. It's not like a grass game or a field where the field is choppy. This is a great field that you can do a lot of stuff on. You can play fast. You can play slow. You can do whatever you want on this field.
Yeah, looking at it right now, 18 minutes for possession. Hatters overall, this is like where they've had the ball for at least 10 seconds. That's considered a possession. Overall time, it's split evenly, right down the middle, 18-16. So I would like to really see, believe it or not, I would really love to see how well the Hatters come back in the second half after seeing where Quakertown expects them to be and how everything's going to, realign and work out. But, I mean, it's not like the boys game where we did a couple weeks ago where it was 59 degrees and blusterly windy. No.
It's a beautiful night out.
It's a beautiful night outside. 69 degrees. Rain was in the forecast. Knock on wood.
Nothing came. It's a beautiful night. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a t-shirt night. No breath can be seen by any of the players on the field.
Yeah, it's not like, these girls, they'll play rain, sleet, shine. I don't think they'd play in snow. The season doesn't go long enough for snow. But, these girls, they go down with the ship. Every girl is a captain, although there are named captains for the Hatters, but every girl plays like a captain, as they should. They should go down with the ship. They make a mistake, it's their fault, and they own up to it. And they take advantage. They know where they made the mistake, and they come back and they get right back in the game. Keeper takes it.
Good call there by Finlayson to take the ball.
Finlayson, truly the captain. In baseball, you have the pitcher who calls the game. In soccer, it's the goalie. The goalie makes all the decisions. Ball's being played about midfield. Still very aggressive defense. I would like to see definitely, the Hatters try to get something going, put a little momentum, give a little offensive shift, and play, the next 3 minutes, close quarters defense, very explosive offense, hopefully put up a goal within the next 17 minutes, and then you go into the half knowing, hey, we got a great advantage. Let's go in the second half and shut it down.
The thing I've seen so far is, we can see it a lot easier up here, but when you look at the ball, when it's on a certain side, there is nobody over here. Like when the ball is all the way down there on the far side of us, there is no one on our side of midfield. If you switch the field and you can get a player over there, they have a free run right towards the goal.
You're looking at the last 5 games for Quakertown. They've scored 20 goals in that period of time. Last 5 games. They
average
not bad. 4 goals a game. That's pretty good. Looking at those goals and the times they scored, 79th minute, 80th minute, overtime.
They're a late team. They're going to wear you down.
This team they are the closers. You give them the opportunity to score late in games like the Hatters. Okay, Hatters haven't scored a goal in the last 5 games. You don't want to be shut out for the 6th straight and have the Suburban 1 league record for the longest time without scoring a goal.
Yeah, you want to score here tonight real bad, especially this being your last home game of the night and senior night.
Looking back on it, last time these two teams played on September 11th was against Hatboro-Horsham. Quakertown won that game in first overtime 2-1. Kitty Krathmill scored 2 goals, including the game-winner overtime to lead the Panthers to a 2-1 victory over the Hatters. Lindsey Wolf and Beach Fox assisted on goals. Wolf beat 2 players down the flank and crowded Krathmill, streaking down the middle for the game winner 4 minutes and 10 seconds in overtime. Rachel Kaplan scored for Hatboro-Horsham from 25 yards out. Sarah Kemp played outstanding in goal for Hatboro, and Erica Paluzik and Marissa Portelli were strong in midfield. Lauren Purcell and Julia Taylor of the Quakertown charge. As we deep into the first half, Hatters are still playing pretty aggressively. I'd like to see them, maybe get a little bit deeper. Keep the ball for more steadier possession. So, can't complain right now. But, if they start, more handballs, 1 handball, okay, yeah, that I can deal with per game. But when you think about it, all the mistakes that they've made has given them goals.
And there are a lot of correctable mistakes. It's not just getting beat off of an unlucky bounce or just a play where someone was faster than you. These are correctable mistakes that they can make, change next year, and compete in this league again.
Definitely. It's 15 left. Quakertown's already had 5 shots. Hatboro-Horsham 3 noteworthy shots. All 5 are coming from corners for the Quakertown Panthers. 3 for the Hatters. Those are on free kicks. Finlayson clears it to about the 33-yard line before it is headed by the Panthers. Whistle will be blown. It'll be a throw-in for your Hatters. A lot of offensive and defensive line changes, especially for subs. Subs, you always got to be careful. You know, like we were talking about Maddie Slemmer earlier. She's recovering from an ACL injury. No, she's still out there. She still played all the first half. You know, second half, you know, once they start getting tired, especially with that ACL reconstructive surgery, you don't want to get her out too long and risk her re-injuring that knee. Then, you know, what do you think so far about, you know, offensive and defensive strategy so far?
There's been a good flow to this game so far. It's been more of a tug of war than a sit back and let everyone come at you. No team has really been giving up too much.
Yeah, you know, it is an incredible game. Both teams are still in it. Both teams they came in. You know, football, you look at the Las Vegas poll standings, who's going to win. Both teams came evenly matched into this game. Both teams have the capability of winning. And last year, Hatters had Quakertown's number. This year, Panthers have Hatters' number. However, Hatters have been known to put up goals late in the game. But you want to get that scoring out early, you know, put like a goal or two up in the first half, and in the second half, maybe add a goal on, you know, just for that insurance purpose. Girls are being very protective of the handball. Number 3, Marissa Portelli, avoiding that so she doesn't get the handball call and turn it over to Quakertown.
Good job coming out there by Finlayson to take control of that ball. That was a dangerous ball that the Hatters could have gotten a foot on.
Now the Hatters really haven't any major shot opportunities. Ball still being played about midfield. Number 11 for the Hatters, Allie Hans. She's also one of the subs that came in. She's out again. Although a lot of those girls, they're trying to stay fresh out there. You know, you got to let those legs cool down. You don't want to like overuse your players. We have roughly 12 minutes left here in the first half. Defense is playing very aggressively for the Hatters. Ball is still about midfield. Defense for the Hatters still has it.
You like to see them switch fields here. Look at, on our side of the field, there's a Lady Hatter wide open. I can't see her number right now. Her hair's in the way, but she was wide open to make her run.
Yeah, that's the mistake with the Hatters. Good block by number 1 for the Panthers, Finlayson. Erin Finlayson, you know, she has been their goalie, and she has been their goalie for all 4 years, and she has been their go-to girl. She blocks shots excellently. She has been known to come out and block shots.
She controls the game.
That's
what you need from your goalie. You need a goalie that can talk a little, you know, communicate with the defense. Hey, there's a guy behind you. Hey, push up. Let's push him off sides. Watch the guy to your left. Move over to the right. You need someone that can see something on the field and make an adjustment, and she's done a great job of that. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more than that, especially because, you know, these girls, they can put it up. Finlayson blocks that one. Had her 6th shot of the night. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Looks like Quakertown has a sub getting ready to come in.
All right. So far, possession times, 19 minutes roughly for the Hatters, 11 for your Quakertown Panthers. Although, you know, you can't really look at, you know, the Panthers and say, no, they've only got 11 minutes of possession. Keep in mind, it's only the first half, and you can do a lot in 11 minutes.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Hatters get a bit more possession, though, because like we talked in the pregame, you have the ball. You need the ball to score. If you don't have the ball, you can't score. And conversely, if they don't have the ball, they can't score. And if you don't have the ball, they have the ball.
Yeah, you know, automatically when you think about it, easily, we can put up 2-3 goals in this game. Defense, you got to step it up. You got to be able to shut them down. Maddie Slemmer ready to throw it in for the Hatters. 9:50 left. Down into the single-digit minutes.
Good step up there by Slemmer to keep the ball from going deep, but had just a bit too much on her first touch and gave it away.
Ball is out at the Hatters bench. Slemmer will pick it up again for the throw-in.
The one thing I've noticed so far is for both teams, on all these runs, they're all going forward. There's 3 defenders in the back. They're wide open. If you give them the ball, they can set it up, but they're just throwing it downfield.
No, I think they want to do that because, they want to aggressively play in Quakertown's territory, but they also don't want to keep it too much in their territory because if the ball gets away and Quakertown makes a run, you can give up a goal, and you don't really want to give up the goal.
You hear Mr. Winderman over there on the sidelines.
Yeah, he's
trying
pumped.
to cheer them on. Obviously, this being his last home game, he wants to win this.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to win this? It's senior night, You want to win it for the seniors. You want to send them out in the high note. Who doesn't want to win the night? This is it's their last home game of the year. It's senior night. Winderman's retiring. He really has been the Hatters soccer coach. He's
been the heart and soul of Hatters soccer for 22 years now.
Yeah, JV boys,
JV girls, varsity boys, varsity girls. He's done everything.
Yeah, he is the HH soccer god. Virtuoso god. He is the king of Hatboro-Horsham soccer. There's Winderman sitting on the bench there. I can see where he just wants to sit back and relax and enjoy his last game and soak in the sights and sounds of his last game at Hatboro-Horsham. It wouldn't surprise me if the crowd here at Hatboro-Horsham, which is a pretty decent crowd for late autumn evening.
Just a bit hard on that ball, or else they had Kaplan going in on breakaway.
Yeah, Hatters, very aggressive defense. Talking about Malafy, McNutty, Kemp in goal, phenomenal. Hasn't given up anything. No mistakes yet. Sarah Thor, outstanding. She's been playing aggressive ball. Rachel Kaplan, all the more aggressive ball. 7:15 left. Hatters, they need to get the opportunity and they need to score. Wouldn't surprise me, defense. Look at Lauren Kim and Slemmer. Those are the names you want to see in the next couple of years. And these girls, they have what it takes. Ball, whistle is blown.
Lady Hatters making a sub. They get thrown in about midfield.
Coming out for the Hatters, number 8, Michaela Malafy.
Looks like Lauren Kim takes the throw.
Now we have little over 6 minutes, 6:30 to be exact. Hatters, you couldn't ask for a more perfect first half, but the second half, you don't want to see this go into an overtime game because
anything can happen.
And anything can happen. We definitely want to see the Hatters score a goal here. They haven't scored a goal in the last 5 games, or almost 5. You know how bad that is?
That's not going to win you many games.
And this year, 8 of the 15 they've played have been shut out. So, lowest goal-scoring offense. You don't want to think about that. You would like to see them get a goal, break the streak, send the seniors out in the high note, send everybody home happy, make us happy. Lauren Kim throws that in for the Hatters. 5:40 left here in the first half of play. Ball's about midfield for the Panthers.
Lady Hatters throwing as the Panthers just barely played it out. Throws over the top, and a Panthers defender flicks it back on, and they clear it out.
Yeah, so far, looking at the time differentials, the Hatters 20 minutes, 20 seconds of possession. Panthers have the remaining 15 minutes even. The Hatters, they have dominated. They have played aggressive ball. Kemp comes out. risky maneuver there, because if Quakertown had that shot, that would have gone in. Easily could have gone in.
Yeah, that's the risk you gotta take as a goalie. Do you want to come out? Do you want to try and get the ball there, or do you want to let them come at you and try and make a save? I think she made the right decision coming out there, though.
Yeah, you know, risk pays off. That paid off there. However, you don't want to see too much of that, because if Quakertown sees that, they take advantage of that and they put up goals on the board. And that puts you down, and, you lose your momentum. But Quakertown playing aggressively about the 10-yard line.
Did a good job by Kemp there, playing it off the bounce, not letting the in-between hop catch her.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. It's close. Couldn't ask for, better offense. That ball aggressively being played by Sarah Thorpe. A lot of the seniors, they remember, putting up, 4 goals average a game, which Quakertown has done last 10 games, averaging 4 goals a game, blocking a ton of shots, with a little over 3 minutes. I'd like to see the Hatters put up something, but if they can't, it's reasonable and you understand. But, you just don't want to see Quakertown get the unfair advantage and, oops, got right in between me. 1-0 Quakertown, and that's how you lose the game.
And I like what I see from the Hatters so far. They've been conservatively aggressive, so to speak. They're not playing outrageous balls that they have no chance. They're playing balls that the Lady Hatters that are making the runs onto them are just a step or two behind. If they had an extra step or two, this could be a completely different game.
Yeah, couldn't agree with what you said more. So you don't really want to think about it, but we really haven't seen much offense in this game. It's been more about the very aggressive defense and the very, I wouldn't say almost, it's an aggressive, passive offense. The Hatters, they have been doing pretty well. They've got the shots off. Rachel Kaplan, Sarah Thor, Madison McNutty, Marissa Portelli, they're all going for the ball. They're all making the run. The problem is Quakertown defense, lights out.
Yeah, and when you're looking at it so far, from what I've seen, while the game's been even on the scoreboard, it's been mostly in the middle third, and especially on Quakertown's side of the middle third.
Yeah, we have exactly 2 minutes left before the end of the first half of play. I'd like to see, the Hatters, they had shot opportunities. However, some have gone wide, some have gone right to the goalie. You can't do anything about that. But you can certainly hope to score.
Yeah, and when you look at a team that they're scoring 4 goals a game, even if you don't have that many opportunities, the Lady Hatters haven't given up many, and that's something you can take away from this so far.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with what you say more. Possession time, still it's about even now, late in the first half, minute 10 to go.
Ball rolls out for a Lady Hatters corner kick.
That is the Hatters' first corner of the night. Hopefully they can capitalize and get a goal.
How is it so big?
Thinking about it, Hatters playing aggressive defense. Hatters have a deep in Quakertown zone. Hatters are trying to get a shot off, hoping. That's all we can do. Less than a minute to go. Ben, what do you think here? Should the Hatters have, hit it, kicked it high and gone for the header to get it in the goal, or should they have had a power shot low on the ground and then shot it in like that?
I like the high ball, especially the Lady Hatters out there. They have some height. It doesn't look like they have a whole lot of height, but they have an inch or two on every Quakertown player out there.
Yeah, there's about a 2-inch height advantage average, as we have 20 seconds left here in the first half. Thinking about it, it could be worse, more or less. It's certainly not when you look at field hockey and you look at Casey Swayze. She's 6'3", and she's the tallest player in Suburban 1 field hockey. 3 seconds left here in the first half. Great shot blocked by Quakertown. As we come to the end first half here at Hatters Stadium. A very excellent first half. Very aggressively played defense. What do you think so far as we see the halftime score? Quakertown Panthers 0, and your Hatboro-Horsham Lady Hatters also 0.
I like what I've seen so far. Neither team's cracked yet. So you got to look out. First 5 minutes of the second half, you got to try and make a push and get that early goal.
All right, we will see you back here right on the second half of this commercial break, and we'll be back with your halftime stats here at Hatter Stadium.
Your source for Hatboro-Horsham School District information and events. HHTV produces a variety of programming that informs, educates, and entertains the Hatboro-Horsham community. Our News You Can Use show highlights events and student achievement in the school district. And each of our 7 primary principals speaks about their brand of education on the Principles of Learning talk show. And want to know what kind of instruction our students receive? Well, tune in to Celebration of Excellence, which focuses on innovation instruction by our teachers. Outlining our school district plans and goals is Superintendent Dr. Curtis Griffin in Talk Soup. HHTV also covers many sports events, concerts, and special events throughout the school year. A combination of students and staff power the engine behind HHTV that is available on Comcast, Verizon, YouTube, and our website. Most events are streamed live for your viewing convenience. HHTV, highlighting excellence in education. HHTV streams most live television events to the district website. To view the stream, click on the link located at the right-hand side of the home page where you can find an event live stream schedule. Now you can tune in from anywhere on your computer and most mobile devices.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Hatter Stadium, Horsham, Pennsylvania. Beautiful senior night here. Last home game for Coach Winderman. He's retiring after this season. Last home game for 6 seniors here at Hatboro-Horsham. So far, the score tied at 0. Both teams playing aggressively, offensively and defensively. Looking forward to the second half. Will, what do you think we should see?
I think we should see a lot more chances being created in the second half. Both teams want to try and push the ball forward. They want to try and win this game, not get it to overtime where there's such a randomness to the game. They're going to try and push forward, and we're going to see more chances, I think.
Here are the highlights from the first half. Based on all the saves, there hasn't been goals, which is a good thing.
We
The
look
free
here at
kick
the
by the
dangerous
Hatters.
free kick by the Hatters. She left it up just enough, but she played it just a bit too far.
That corner by the Quakertown Panthers. Great save by Kemp. You know, looking at both teams, you know, they're in the huddle right now, and they're thinking, and you know, we see the last highlight, great shots blocked by Sarah Kemp and goal for the Hatters, and number 1, Erin Finlayson for the Quakertown Panthers. You know, looking at both teams in the huddle, I would think from Hatters' perspective, you see where Quakertown is. You know where they are. You know the defense. Exploit the defense. Make the hole. Get in. Score a goal. Let's win. Let's score our first goal in the last 5 games.
Yeah, and looking at it from up here, right now, if they switch the fields, there's acres of space out there, so to speak. There is plenty of room to run. And this is a game where, especially in soccer and football, we see it a lot. As much as this half is for players to rest and get ready for the next half, this is a half for the players to relay the message, or the coaches and players to relay the message.
You know, we do have 3 minutes left here in intermission, and we'll take you to commercial one last time, and we'll bring you non-stop action for the second half here at Hatter Stadium. Once again, Quakertown Panthers 0, Hatboro-Horsham Hatters nothing. We will see you on the second half of this commercial break.
HHTV streams most live television events to the district website. To view the stream, click on the link located at the right-hand side of the home page where you can find an event live stream schedule. Now you can tune in from anywhere on your computer and most mobile devices. The Hatboro-Horsham Television Network continues to be your source for Hatboro-Horsham School District information and events. HHTV produces a variety of programming that informs, educates, and entertains the Hatboro-Horsham community. Our News You Can Use show highlights events and student achievement in the school district. And each of our 7 primary principals speaks about their brand of education on the Principles of Learning talk show. And want to know what kind of instruction our students receive? Well, tune in to Celebration of Excellence, which focuses on innovation instruction by our teachers. Outlining our school district plans and goals is Superintendent Dr. Curtis Griffin in Talk Soup. HHTV also covers many sports events, concerts, and special events throughout the school year. A combination of students and staff power the engine behind HHTV that is available on Comcast, Verizon, YouTube, and our website. Most events are streamed live for your viewing convenience. HHTV, highlighting excellence in education.
All right. Tonight's game is brought to you by Horizon Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services, the premier plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company, and by Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs. It's Fast Signs, with 2 locations in Montgomeryville and Doylestown. Less than a minute to go here in the intermission at Hatter Stadium. Welcome to Senior Night if you're just joining us now. My name is Bill Rowland, along with Will Tompkins. We are calling the Quakertown Panthers, Hatboro-Horsham Lady Hatters' final home game of the season and the retiring game of Coach Winderman.
And the last game for the seniors.
Senior Night, always a big event. What do you got to see in the second half now that you saw the offensive, and well, I wouldn't really say offensive show, but you saw the aggressive offense for both teams? What would you say the Hatters and the Quakertown Panthers need to do here?
They need to each make a conservative push up the field. Each team, they haven't had a whole lot of chances, but they've had possession at certain spurts where the Hatters have had it down. They haven't had it in the box, but they've had it just 5 or 10 yards outside the box where they can push that ball 5 or 10 yards forward. They can get some good shots off and get some goals.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I agree with you 100%. In case you are still joining us now, PIAA Girls Varsity Soccer played 2 40-minute halves instead of the normal Major League Soccer or British Premier League 45 minutes. It's only 40 minutes. Hatters are still in the huddle. Quakertown breaks out of the huddle as we get ready for the second half of play here at Hatter Stadium. If you notice, the pink ribbons about the 50-yard line on each side is for the Lisa Giardetti Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. That game will be played tomorrow night here at Hatter Stadium. You can see the Hatboro-Horsham Keith Valley Middle School 7th and 8th grade girls soccer teams. They will be playing their first game under the lights and get their first taste at night games. All proceeds go to the Lisa Giardetti Foundation. And if you choose to, you can even donate to the Hatboro-Horsham schools. Hatboro-Horsham is very charitable, and we do take breast cancer awareness seriously, hence the pink ribbons. We get the second half underway here at Hatter Stadium. Quakertown already out. Goalies are wearing different uniforms. Hatters goalie number 1, Sarah Kemp. She is in the green and white. And for the Quakertown Panthers, Erin Finlayson, she is wearing the orange and black.
It looks like Kemp actually came out at the half. It looks like it's the other Hatters goalie, Miranda Roydson, right now.
Sarah Kemp is sitting on the sidelines. Not sure. She is a senior. I'm not sure if that's, she wasn't feeling good, but I think it's to get Miranda Royds some playing time. Miranda Royds, young sophomore. Last year we did one of the games. She was outstanding in goal. Now, comparing her to Kemp, you're losing about 3 inches. Miranda Royds is not one of the most tallest people, but she is fast. And goalies, when you are fast, you are good.
You can control a lot of the field when you're fast, like we were talking about early in the first half. The Quakertown was playing balls into the Hatters box. They were making Kemp come out and challenge them. Royds will have an easier time coming out and challenge them, I think. But she's going to have a tougher time with balls played up in the air, trying to get them punched out.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Quakertown already has shown, hey, we're awake. Come on, let's get a goal. Let's get a win. Let's keep Hatters scoreless. Now, storylines tonight. Hatters, 5 games without scoring a goal. When are they going to wake up, Ben? This is the last home game of the season. You definitely want to see them get a goal here at home. But they do have 2 more games this week, and they're both on the road.
Yeah, to me, it's critical you get a goal here. You don't want to go the rest of your season without a home goal. And it looks like they're going to get a corner here to try and fix that.
Yeah, Quakertown's going to look to defend. Hatters have the first opportunity, and it's only 2 minutes into the second half. Number 17 for the Hatters.
Good ball there and a nice goal by the Hatters.
Hatters score! Number 17, Rachel Kaplan on the corner. Hatters take the 1-0 lead. They get their first goal in 5 games.
It's about time.
I almost feel like screaming right now because this is the first goal in 5 games. How exciting is this? And it's senior night. You broke the streak. You should be proud. Hopefully they can tack on maybe 1 or 2 for insurance, but nonetheless, they get a goal.
It looked like someone flicked it on at the near post. I'm not sure if that was a Quakertown player or a Hatters player. We're going to get the announcement in a few minutes from Mr. Steinley, though.
Already, Hatters, 1-0. I can't believe I said that. 1-0 Hatters. Quakertown's making a run, trying to tie it up. Good block by Royds. Royds tries to clear it. 37:40 left in the second half of play. Quakertown has it at their own territory.
Hatters goal credited to Rachel Kaplan.
It looks like it was a Quakertown player that deflected in off the near post.
And Rachel Kaplan, she gets her final goal. Hopefully not her final goal here at home, but she does break the streak of the Hatters. I don't want to say the minutes because it would just sound too bad, but they get the first goal in 4.5 games. How incredible is that, Ben? I mean, Will. Sorry, we have 2 Tompkins here.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, it's just hard work, and hard work pays off.
Determination, These girls, they said we can win, and they have been able to win. However, you always want to see is that ball is cleared to the 43-yard line if you're tackling football standards. Multi-purpose field, so we're using the orange line for guidelines. You should be able to see that on your television screen.
The orange lines are the field hockey.
Orange lines are field hockey.
We got another chance for the Hatters here, though, and a nice shot.
Hatters score! It's 2-0 Hatters. Hatters finally wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah, looked from here like it was number 4, Maddie McNutt, with the nice shot from just outside the box.
I can't believe I just said that. They just scored back-to-back goals in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, and especially, like we talked about, that half, Mr. Winterman came out and he made the adjustments, and that's why he was such a great coach here for 22 years. We get another replay of it. Just sneaks over.
Boom goes the dynamite, and the Hatters have a 2-0 lead. .36:22 left. Hatters have a 2-0 lead. They have their first lead. Hatters have their first lead in 6 games. Can you believe it?
It's all good things have to, all bad things have to come to an end, and all good things have to come to an end. So maybe they can tack on a third. Who knows?
If they would get a third goal, they would tie their season high with goals.
It's funny too. They went 4.5 games, so that's 360 minutes without a goal, and they just came out and in a minute and a half got 2 right off the bat.
The last time they scored, last time they scored 6 games ago, they lost 4-3. So,
Hopefully they don't lose this time.
yeah, you always want to see, I don't know what Coach Winterman said in that speech,
But
but
he woke him up.
I think they had a shot of espresso or something because they're awake, they're alive, and the Hatters have a 2-0 lead. What more could you ask for? Hatters defense really hasn't done much of anything as the ball has been played aggressively in the Hatter zone. Hatters, excellent second half already, even though we're only 5 minutes in. Quakertown's trying to make a run. Quakertown doesn't have it. Hatters regain possession.
That's the kind of ball that here on a turf you can't really play because the ball rolls, but if we were playing that on grass, that's a good throw-in.
Thinking about it, you are playing on turf.
This ball rolls.
Not only does that, but you get more speed. You don't have to dig into the ground, which, causes more friction.
It's a fast, flat surface. You're going to get a ball that on a regular grass field is not going to be played the same as on here.
No, as she clears that almost to midfield. Quakertown almost looked like they were kind of having an air rally with that. Ball is cleared by the Hatters defense into Quakertown territory. Quakertown regains possession. Already, both teams are playing aggressively, but none more aggressively than the Hatters. They really woke the audience up. 2 goals, less than 2 minutes, and that is incredible. Not scoring a game in the last 367 minutes, 32 seconds. It's just incredible to think, wow, the Hatters have just scored 2 goals in less than, 2 minutes. And, they did it, and they were excellent shots, too.
Yeah. Scoring's the end-all, be-all cure of all sports. Pushing for a third, but just shoot it a bit wide.
All right, we have the replay of the second goal coming up for you. Here's that goal.
Played out in a good little shot there by
Oh,
McNutt. Just over the glove.
Madison McNutt. Incredible shot by McNutt. I would never. That ball had enough hook on it where it deceived the goalie. 2-0. Little over 10 minutes into it. Hatters have smelled the coffee. They're wide awake. They're more than excited. But looking at Quakertown, they've scored
They're averaging
comeback
4 goals a game. They've scored late. They've scored a lot, so this game is far from over.
In one game, they actually scored a goal with 22 seconds and then scored 10 seconds later on the penalty.
Yeah, and
that won the game. They wound up winning that game 3-2 against Saucon Valley. What more could you ask for? I mean, both teams have been playing aggressively. More so the Hatters. I'm more impressed by the Hatters already just because, defensive and offensively in the first half, they were so conservative. Coming out early in the second half and scoring just 2 goals.
And they have a chance for a third here. That was a clever little ball across.
Yeah, great ball always by the Hatters defense. This team has been known to put up great defensive numbers. This team has also been known to put up great offensive numbers. Right now, Quakertown, where are they?
They are searching for a goal. They need a goal. In my opinion, they need a goal in the next 10 minutes. As nice as it is to have all these late goals, you need some momentum, and right now the Lady Hatters have all of the momentum.
No, you can't. I'm going to use this metaphor because this metaphor is, more realistic. You can't be the Eagles in the fourth quarter. You just can't.
Yeah, that's just luck.
You can be down 17-3 and then, score 31 unanswered points. Yeah, sure, you get your first win of the season. No. In soccer, it's different. You have 40 minutes, 2 halves. You have 80 minutes to either win the game
or lose it.
And
there's no in between. Looking for a third. Ooh, just gets pushed off the ball, though.
Quakertown goalie, number 1, Emily Finlayson, blocks another shot. We're already 10 minutes into this.
Good call by the
As
keeper.
Royds, she gets it out to about midfield. Ball is into Quakertown territory. Quakertown defense is playing around with the ball.
You know, it's funny. There was one of these pillars in my way. You think about normal professional soccer, they play 4 in the back, 4 flat. Quakertown does not do that. They play a diamond. So anytime you see one of these Quakertown players getting beat, there is probably another Quakertown defender behind them ready to pounce.
Yeah, I mean, especially, there's 2 major types of defense you can have. Defensive diamond, or defensive line. Which kind of sounds like a football term, but it's not. That ball is popped up and it'll land onto the track, just barely missing from going into the main level concourse area. 30 minutes to go here. Hatters have the 2-0 lead. Substitutions
Looks
will
like
be
one of the
in.
goal scorers, Kaplan's coming off right now, taking a breather.
Yeah, Slemmer's going to throw it in. She's wearing the knee brace. These girls are communicating. Whistle will be blown. Quakertown will throw it in.
Good clear by the Hatters. No nonsense clear. They don't want to give Quakertown any chance to just get a mishit or a fluke goal and get back in this.
Hatters have it in their own territory. Quakertown really hasn't done anything. Hatters should be proud of what they've done. And they should be even more proud. They scored 2 goals in the first time in 6 games.
Yeah, and they did something they haven't done in any games. They haven't dug themselves a hole.
Now,
They've come out here and they've had the shovel and they're digging the hole for Quakertown to climb out of.
you know, thinking about it, as it gets later and later, although we still do have a pretty good chunk, Quakertown, I'm starting to see a lot of red cheeks, and I'm starting to see a lot of deep breathing. Quakertown needs to use subs, but their bench is pretty much
It's slim. They have 13 injuries. It is a very slim bench.
And then, when you think about it even more often, the injuries that, that have been suffered, their teammate Peaches, she's out with a grade 2 sprain, right ankle. She suffered that against Souderton. And then you got number 32, Cassidy Owens. That was an unfortunate accident right there.
But they're not going to show up. They're not going to walk in through the gates. They're not going to jump out on the field, and they're not going to score the 2 goals for you.
No, but they are 2 powerhouse young sophomores who understand the game well. And from talking to them, they really wish they could be playing right now. But unfortunately, they're not. And, Owens, it sounds like she will need surgery to reconstruct that left foot of hers. If you weren't here, her dad was parking a camper in the back driveway, and her dad didn't hear. What happened was, she put her foot out, the camper wheel goes over, Hatters, great block by defense, and trailer shatters her foot. She has no feeling in her toes or in her foot, and that's just an unfortunate injury. Hopefully she can come back and be able to play the game of soccer again after that. But
yeah, soccer is in any sport you want to beat the best players you can. So it's unfortunate, and I'm sure the Lady Hatters will take it because they want to try and win, but really they want to be out there playing against the best.
You know what? I'm going to quote Kelly Clarkson right here. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And, that is true. Because, the Hatters, they've had their head held down. They really haven't had the opportunities. And in the first half, they were playing about the same level. They come back stronger. 2 goals within a minute and a half. 2-0. 26 minutes, 30 seconds left. Possession time. Hatters already have dominated. 14 minutes into the game. The second half. Hatters already have 10 minutes of that possession. And that's, by corners. Slemmer goes down. Hopefully she's all right. Great block by Royds. That's her 3rd block already. Slemmer playing with that brace. She had ACL reconstructive surgery last year. Hopefully she's all right. She does look like she's fine. She's up and moving around.
Almost for the Hatters there. They were just a quick little nimble touch away from getting on another breakaway and trying to make it 3.
Lauren Kim, defender for the Hatters, sophomore. She passes it to one of her other defensive players. They take it about. She clears it about Quakertown's 25-yard line if you're talking from a football point of view, or about a quarter of the way to the goal.
About a third of the field.
Ball is out.
Not quite a Quakertown goal kick, though. Just a deep throwing.
We do have 25 minutes remaining. You know, Hatters. Will, what do you think so far? Do the Hatters, do they want to try to get another goal? Or do you think they want to stay conservative, conserve the energy, use substitutions, and just keep it at a 2-goal game and not focus on scoring more?
You know, I'm going to pull out a quote that some of my friends like to use, and I'm sure you've heard this too. What's the best defense?
Offense.
A good offense. So you got to try and get another goal. You want to come out here, you want to be the aggressor, because you give them any chance, and they can score a fluke goal, they can get all the momentum. Right now, if you get another goal, that's a momentum killer. I think this game is over if it gets to 3.
Yeah, you put them down by 3. You know, it's very difficult to overcome, 3 goals.
It's difficult in soccer to overcome anything. That's why that first goal was so critical.
Yeah,
and you saw it, though. We saw this. The air was out in Quakertown. They were getting ready to get back into the game, but the Hatters were fired up, and they got a quick goal.
You know, it's almost like, hey, look at all these seniors. We want to put them out in the high note. No, we want to make them proud. You know what? We are.
That.
But the problem is,
there's still 20 minutes.
Quakertown can play. Ooh, Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. They can do everything. They can even play spoiler. But Quakertown defense has had very, very bad communication. I really don't hear the goalie talking that much. Hatters trying to make a run, trying to get a 3rd goal. Shot is up. Shot misses.
Just over the bar.
Right off the field goal post. Maybe if it was 2 feet lower, we could have had a 3-0 game.
But that's the balls you like to see. You like to see those. We saw it. Kaplan played a nice ball through the middle, just enough that anyone could put their foot on it or get a head on it and poke it into the net.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. Other than Quakertown defense needs to wake up. They need to see, well, they scored 2 goals high. They weren't low goals. They were high-powered curve shots that scored.
And you can't block those if you're the defense. That's the rough thing. They've blocked a lot of these low balls that have been going towards goal, but they can't block the ones that are going for the upper part of the net.
I think coming from the Hatters' perspective, I definitely want to see another goal, but I also want to see the Hatters keep the lead.
I want to see no momentum for Quakertown. I want to see this ball.
Quakertown does have momentum. Quakertown's trying to make a shot. They don't have it.
For the next 22 minutes, I want to see the ball in Quakertown territory.
Now, I agree with you 100%, but here's the problem. Quakertown, we're almost getting to the second half of the second half, if that makes sense.
We're almost getting to that part of the game where they start to wake up and score those quick goals.
Royds kicks it about midfield, and we are getting to, I wouldn't say the witching time for Quakertown, although the Panthers are going to pounce. The problem is, when are they going to pounce?
And are the Hatters ready for it?
Agreed. Quakertown. Late game spoiler. Hatters haven't scored a goal in the last 6 games. But, boy, the tables have turned. Quakertown's trying to make a run. Quakertown is deep. Ball goes out. It'll be Hatters throw in. Corner?
Quakertown.
Quakertown.
Quakertown throwing, but
it looked like he was signaling towards. He originally put his hand to the left saying Hatters throw in, then he moved it to the right. So it was a Quakertown throw in.
And now we got a Hatters free kick coming up.
Hatters free kick. I would love for them to get another goal. But I would also like to see Quakertown, how they're going to come back with the remaining 20 minutes, how their defense is going to react. That ball is headed greatly.
Look at it. It's been 15 minutes since the Lady Hatters scored their second goal, so if you're not going to wake up now, what necessarily makes me think you're going to wake up in the next 20 minutes and get 3 straight goals or 2 goals and put it into overtime.
Right, that ball was kicked way out into the snack bar entrance area to the Hatter Stadium. Slemmer throws it in. Quakertown gets it. Possession times, Hatboro-Horsham. It's about even. It's pretty close. I wouldn't say, it's like 16 minutes to 4 minutes. No, it's not like that. It's more about 12 minutes to 8 minutes.
Hatters have done a good job of controlling this half so far.
Yeah, it's incredible how well they've done. I would never expect them to actually play as well as they are right now. But it's senior night. Anything's possible. It's your last home game of the season. And, they're awake. They smelled the coffee. Hatters do have a chance here. Ball is popped high. Ball will go out.
Missed touch there by Quakertown gives the Hatters a quick throw.
Whistle will be blown.
Foul throw, looks like, and Quakertown's going to get the ball.
Throw was by Slemmer.
I'm not sure if her foot was over the line or if she picked up her foot, but you can't do that in these kind of games. You got to make sure you keep the ball when you have the chance to keep the ball.
Yeah, it looked like it was a pretty simple mistake, too. Well, looking at the time, it's already 8:30. Now, this game got started a little later for the senior night festivities. We would like to congratulate all the Hatboro-Horsham and Quakertown seniors on a good job, 4 years of surviving, high school, even though it's still early. And, with the meetings and everything, you can try as much as you want, but the dedication.
Like we're gonna get a card here.
Looks like one of the Quakertown players is getting a card.
He didn't pull it out, but I'm pretty sure she just got a yellow card.
And number 9 for Quakertown, Jamie Soriano.
That was a rough tackle there. Another good ball by the Hatters. These over-the-top balls have started to work here in the second half. They weren't working in the first half, but I guess Mr. Winderman's had made some kind of adjustment, and they've started to work.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Will. But the Hatters have made mistakes. There's always room for improvement. Hatters have 2 more games this week. It's a grueling week. Last week of the season, it's like, it's all uphill. You get to the last week of the season, it's like, thank God, Quakertown's making a run on the inside.
Good job there by the Hatters, having none of that and just clearing the ball out.
Royds has it. Risky maneuver there. Number 24 from Quakertown, Lindsay Wolf, the attacker. She was really coming in fast. And, if Royds didn't have a good handle on that, she could have accidentally been kicked in the mouth. Or, it could have been a goal.
That was one of those trick balls. The player coming in, Wolf, was close enough that you can either wait for it to get into the box, you can come out, make a challenge where maybe she tips it and you hit it in, or you can wait, like I said, wait for it to come into the box but risk a foot coming up, getting you in the face, getting you in the chest, getting you in the mouth.
Yeah, and you never want to think about those injuries, but in soccer, anything happens. Jordan Plummer, she tore her ACL and ruptured her meniscus before the season even started, and she was out early to begin with. There's been other injuries, but, it's always devastating to have an injury where you're out for a prolonged period of time. And concussions in this game are ever more becoming the norm, with any sport. Rough play by Quakertown. Again, number 9 for Quakertown, Jamie Soriano, still with that rough play. 16:30 left here in the second half. Hatters, it's been little over 17, 18 minutes since they last scored those 2 goals. Throw in by number 35, Grace Cave, defender for the Quakertown Panthers.
Looks like Soriano's going to get a quick breather. She's been playing aggressive soccer so far.
Yeah, definitely aggressive. She's been playing more aggressive than the other girls. 15:57. Hatters have it. Hatters cleared into Quakertown. Quakertown regains possession. Hatters
Good
are
play by
there.
Kaplan getting the ball away.
Kaplan is way ahead of everybody else. Kaplan's trying to make a move. Hatters trying to get a shot here. Hatters don't have a shot as it is blocked by Finlayson.
I like what I'm seeing from the Hatters here in terms of, yeah, they're kicking the ball around, but it's not empty kicking. They're kicking with a purpose. They're not just getting the ball and kicking it all the way down and letting everybody run onto it. They're giving balls that the other Hatters have a chance to run onto and make something happen.
It's not often where you see, the Hatters, man, they're playing great game. It's usually, I wouldn't say, it's been a disappointing season. It's
been a rough season.
It's had its ups and downs, You come in, you win your first 2 games. And then you drop 9 straight, tie 2, lose another one. And you have 3 games this week. Today, Thursday, and Friday.
You want to score goals, you want to get wins. You don't want to use up all your goals tonight, though. That's the big thing.
First time in 5 games they've scored. But
they've scored twice.
With scoring twice, is this all they have for the rest of the season? Hopefully, knock on wood, they can put some more offense into it. But looking at the numbers, Hatters averaging, they have 16 goals total this year out of 16 games. They're averaging a little under a goal a game. And that has never been more true than the last 5. They've been shut out. They've given up so many goals. Defensively, they're unsound. Great block by Royds, as she's been lights out for replacing number 1, Sarah Kemp, senior goalie. Hatters have blocked 5 shots. Great stop by
If I'm not mistaken,
Finlayson.
that's Kemp who played goalie in the first half and at striker now.
Yeah, Kemp can do a lot of stuff.
Soccer Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, it's always incredible when you have one of those players who is a utility player. They can play goalie, they can play defense, they're that all-around player, hey.
What do you want me to do?
Or, hey, coach, I'm not feeling so quick today. Can I be on defense? Sure, I'll put you in the defense. Boom, she does her job well. She's one of those players, where you would hope to see her go off to college and, be one of those utility players at, a D2, D3 college. I'm not sure about D1, just because, how the way the Hatters have been playing. And you can certainly hope to go to a D1 school for soccer, but the problem is, how well can you adjust to D1 life? D2, D3 is probably more common for the seniors. As we are well into the second half of the second half, or should I, does that make sense? We have 12:25.
I know what you're talking about. Don't worry.
We have 12:25 left. As number 8 for the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters, Michaela Malafi, she throws it in. Whistle will be blown.
Looks like we got a Hatters free kick coming up.
Hatters, I would love to see them just tack on one more. Please make it 3-0. Get that 3rd goal. Make it an insurance goal. And prove to Quakertown, hey, look what we did. We can win. So can we. We'll play Jekyll and Hyde.
Tricky ball, but you played it just a bit too far.
Great block by another block for Aaron Finlayson, another senior. Aaron Finlayson, on a side note, she will be playing at Montclair State next year. And Lindsay Wolf, number 24, attacker/midfielder, she is still being recruited by several schools, including Moravian.
Good school for soccer.
Very good school for soccer. Not a D1 school, but it's a good enough school where they can compete for league and conference titles. Now, I wouldn't say it's like the Penridge of D3, but they can compete in it's a small school. There's about 5,000 people there. It's a small school, but they can compete, and their athletes are very good. They're very tough. Less than 11 minutes to go here in the second half. Hatters have a 2-0 lead over the Quakertown Panthers. Quakertown Panthers really haven't had anything to offensively talk about other than look, violation of throwing the ball. It looks like she moved her.
Looks like she didn't come forward all the way with her throw.
Or
you gotta
she,
make sure you're doing that.
Or she curved it a little bit, which you're actually not allowed to do. She got over top of the ball. It puts topspin on it, and it gets down. And you don't want to put too much topspin.
Yep.
But we do have 10 minutes left. In 10 minutes, anything's possible. Quakertown can score 5 goals,
They can.
and they have played spoiler.
Keyword there is, it's possible. It's not looking likely, though, with the way the Hatters have played this half.
I'm starting to see a lot more tired Quakertown players. I see a lot of them walking. They're holding their heads over their hands over their heads so they can breathe a little bit more. They're just looking tired. So it's kind of incredible to see. Where coming into this, everybody had energy, but this has been a tale of two halves. It has, there's no denying it. Hatters, way to go. Finally, they're doing something good. We have less than 10 minutes to go. It's been almost 25 minutes since the Hatters last scored.
But you look at it the other way. Quakertown hasn't scored yet, so it doesn't matter how long the Hatters have gone without.
And hopefully they don't score. It would be lovely to see the Hatters actually shut out an opponent for the first time all year. And the first time since the last game of the season last year.
Yep. Tale of two games so far, or tale of two seasons. There's been the season so far where they went 5 games without a goal, and then there's been the game tonight where they've looked really good and they look like a team that can compete next year.
Yeah, last year, 10-9-1, you couldn't ask for a better season. They were 3rd place overall. But coming into this game, 8th place. 2-11-3, it's like, whoa, what happened? It's almost like they hit that big old
proverbial rock bottom, or the freight train.
They hit the proverbial freight train, and it's like, boom, whoa, what happened? Whoa, like, what happened, But, ball is being played about midfield. Quakertown defense has made mistakes. But, Hatters offense, taking advantage of the mistakes, like we were talking about at halftime. Soccer is a game of learning your opponent and making it so that you can take advantage. Goal by Quakertown!
Nice shot there by Quakertown.
That shot was just too high for Miranda Royce to get. Goal is scored by Quakertown. They get on the board for the first time.
And they have 8 minutes left to get that second goal, so this game is far from over.
Knock on wood, saying, as we got the replay of the goal scored. Goal is scored by number 35.
Goal scored by number 35, Grace Cave.
Her first goal of the night. Quakertown's on the board with 7:45 to go here in the second half of play. Hatters lead the Quakertown Panthers 2-1. Ball is being played about midfield. Hatters have possession. Hatters still have possession as it clears into their territory. Quakertown's trying to make a run. Ball goes out. Looks like the Hatters will get a throw-in by number 10, Lauren Kim. Less than 10 minutes to go. All right, Quakertown's on the board. We can say they can play spoiler. The Hatters looks like they're not going to let it happen again. But that goal was a high shot. If you had Kemp in, okay, yes, she couldn't have made that because Kemp's got maybe 3-4 inches on Miranda Royds. But Miranda Royds, if she lets a goal up, it's because it's a very good goal. She's lights out.
Couldn't agree more with you there. She is. Both of the Lady Hatters are very good goalies. Looks like we're going to get another late sub here for Quakertown.
.6:30 left here in the second half.
If you're just joining us, it was all 3 goals for both teams have come here in the second half.
And that
Too
sound
early
that
by
you
the
just
Hatters.
heard, that was the sound of the field mic being hit by the soccer ball. That is what a soccer ball meeting a field mic sounds like, ladies and gentlemen. And that's... Hopefully the field mic looks okay. It looks fine from here. It just got knocked over. We have less than 6 minutes to go here in the second half of play. Hatters have a 2-1 lead over the Quakertown Panthers. Ball's in Quakertown possession. Quakertown's playing aggressively. Aggressive play by the Hatters. Hatters have it. Quakertown again regains control. Quakertown's looking to tie it up. Knock on wood that they don't. But we have said they can play spoiler. Right now, with 5 to go, you don't want to make a mistake now, because if you make a mistake, we go overtime. And the Hatters, in overtime, 0-3-1.
It's a risky business playing overtime soccer. Anything can happen.
Schlemmer for the throw-in. Headed by Quakertown. Quakertown still has it in the air. Whoa! Tense head action.
Looks like we're going to get another Hatters throw.
Matty Schlemmer with the throw-in.
And we'll do it all over again.
Again.
But
We're
that's okay.
getting-
We're moving down the field.
We are moving down the field. We have less than 5 to go. I wouldn't say... Would you say it was more of like... would you say it's more urgency to get the 3rd goal for insurance? Or is it more urgent to keep the defense in line for the Hatters?
You got to keep the defense in line because so far all game with the exception of a very nice shot by Quakertown, and the Hatters haven't really allowed a goal or any good scoring chances.
Four minutes to go. Hatters have a 2-1 lead. It's going to be a free kick for the Panthers. Number 9, Jamie Storiano is going to take it after the whistle. It is up. No good. As that shot goes way over the bars
And we'll
goes
kill a bit of time off the clock.
and it goes all the way to the fence line to the outside of the track. Less than 4 to go.
It's getting tense. Anything can happen here.
Ball is being played in Hatters territory, approximately the 35-yard line. Hatters still have possession. 2-1 with 3:35 to go. We have a replay of the last shot
The
that
free
went
kick.
went clear over. Just
close.
missed. Just missed. As that ball went all the way to the outside fence line of the track. All right, 3 minutes. Hatters have it in Quakertown territory. Quakertown's defense is finally smelling the coffee. However, the Hatters are making a run. They have the offense. The offense is in line. The offense is making passes. They have an open area. Why aren't they using it? Why aren't they trying to get that 3rd goal?
Because you don't want to get caught. You can put as many people downfield as you want, but if they get the ball and they just boot it downfield and the Quakertown gets a quick break, this game could be tied.
Less than 3 to go. This is crunch time for the Hatters. Can they get their first win in 7 games?
Only
2:30
time
to
will
go. It's always an opportunity to see the Hatters come out with the win, but it's even more exciting when they do it in their final home game of the season. Quakertown's trying to hustle up. They have 2:20 to go. Quakertown's moving downfield. Master Slumber playing aggressive ball as that field mic keeps getting abused and soccer players are stepping on it. Oh, the technological. Whoa.
Tough play there, but it looks like we'll get a Hatters throw.
Yeah, that field mic is taking a beating too. We have less than 2 minutes to go. Throw-in by Schlemmer. Quakertown has it. Quakertown's trying to clear it. Ball does get cleared. I don't know,
This is
Will.
a rough ball. If they can play it to the outside here, they got some space.
Quakertown's playing it to the outside. Hatters defense.
Good move by Kim. She just gets on her horse and she comes over and gets that ball away.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but the Hatters had the lead with less than 2 minutes to go. They're making a run. They're trying to get their first win in 7 games. We have a replay of some very physical play. Whoa, number 22 for the Panthers goes down. Royds clears it to about the 30-yard line. We have a minute to go. Last minute of play coming up. Hatters, they have
They
it
got a
in
ball.
the bag.
Oh, they just missed that ball. If they could have gotten it wide to Kaplan, she had a run to make all by herself.
Defensive Quakertown's very speedy. Last minute of play now. Hatters, can they keep it in line? Quakertown has played spoiler. They scored a goal against Saucon Valley with 22 seconds left to go. Hopefully, they don't tie it up. Hopefully, the Hatters get their first win in 7 games.
You see
40
that
seconds.
sub there by the Hatters. That just killed 15 seconds off the clock. That's a time-killing sub.
Quakertown has it. Hatters clear it. Ball is cleared. 30 seconds to go. Ball will go out. Quakertown throws it in, trying to get that hustle-up offense. 20 seconds to go. $15 to go. Quakertown has it in their own territory.
They got to get moving.
With 10 seconds, they're trying to clear it and tie it
Looks
up.
like it's going to get out. Good keep, though.
5 seconds to go before the Hatters get the first win in 7 games. Royds has it. She's going to let the clock run down. Hatters win. Hatters win. Hatters win. Hatters win 2-1. They win on senior night. They upset Quakertown by a score of 2-1.
Good all-around game there by the Hatters. Good game by both teams, though.
What an incredible game by the Hatters as they rejoice. They put up 2 goals and score for the first time in 5 games.
If you're just joining us, you just missed the end of the game. Hatters won 2-1. All 3 goals scored in the second half. Kaplan scored 2 minutes into the second. McNutt had a nice shot 4 minutes into the second. And then for Quakertown, Grace Cave scored 31 minutes into the second half. And Quakertown pushed, but they just couldn't get it done.
Again, as you see, both teams are shaking hands on the field now. Hatters upset Quakertown 2-1. What an unbelievable game. Hatters score for the first time in 5 games, win for the first time in 7. Hatters still have 2 games to go this week. Well, that'll do it for tonight's show. The final score, the Quakertown Panthers 1, Hatboro-Horsham Hatters 2. A special thanks to the HHTV crew for a great production. Congratulations to all the seniors in the soccer program at Hatboro-Horsham High School and the Quakertown Panthers High School. Lady Hatter Soccer this year has been brought to you by HHTV. I'm Bill Rowland alongside Will Tompkins. Good night from Hatter Stadium, and we will see you on Monday night as we call girls volleyball senior night against the Abington Ghosts.